Okay, let's talk about applied behavior analysis, or ABA, what it is and what it could look like. First off, let's just start with the definition. Applied behavior analysis is the science. It's a scientific study of behavior. Behavior is defined as anything that is observable and measurable. So something we can see. If we can see it, we can measure it, we can change it. Behavior analysts are individuals who are looking at the environment around an individual who is presenting with some problematic or challenging behavior, either for themselves or for individuals in their near community, something that's going to impact their quality of life. For many, this could be things like communication delays, social delays. It could also be academic delays. It could range across needs in a community, homes, school settings, as well as in doctor offices and other community locations. There are specialized training and credentials available. You can go to the Behavior Analyst Certification Board at www.bacb.com to learn more. Behavior analysis requires observation and assessment. You want to start gathering information about the environment. So what comes before and what comes after behavior directly impacts it. That's the basic belief behind applied behavior analysis. We collect data. Numbers are important to us too. So we have to make sure that we are saying change is really happening or change is not happening. We want measures that are sensitive so we can see this change on a daily basis. It's an ongoing analysis that is required. So we have to look and visually display the data and make sure that we are listening to the story that it's telling us, and that if we need to make a decision, that we change what we're doing based on the data. So we're using data to make those decisions. Behavior analysts also develop and revise treatment plans, sometimes referred to intervention strategies, behavior intervention plans, behavior support plans. Could be shortened to BIP or BSP. Has a lot of different names or acronyms, but essentially a plan that will help an individual decrease unwanted or undesired behaviors and increase those replacement or desired behaviors that would help them become more productive. Behavior analysis is often really a relied on treatment for individuals with autism. However, behavior analysis has demonstrated its efficacy with a wide range of individuals across a spectrum of needs who may or may not actually be on the autism spectrum. We are looking at decreasing problematic behavior. This could be self-injurious behavior, aggressive behavior. These are behaviors that require immediate attention and intervention, and to go untreated or treated by unqualified professionals could lead to direct harm for our children. We are looking to build and establish communication. We want to make sure that the students we're working with are able to tell us when something hurts or when they want something to eat so that they can get their needs met. Here's a video that you can quickly see how language is modeled for a young learner, how we are looking at getting elaborations, discussions, eye contact, interaction, joint attention, and we wanted to make it fun and playful and rewarding. Nice job closing it. What color do you want? We have red, green, orange, or purple.
Orange.
Orange?
Yeah.
Here you go. Good job. Whoa, you dropped it. As you can see in that video, it's brief, it's quick, but they're short interactions with multiple opportunities. The adult is controlling the material, so they're just out of the reach of the child. This is very intentional on part of the instructor, but should appear very playful and interactive for the learner. When we are looking at using ABA interventions, we are also looking at teaching functional and adaptive skills. We want to teach skills first that will lead to independence most for our students. So we want to make sure that they can toilet themselves and wash their hands and communicate, be able to meet their basic wants and needs with the individuals around them. Here's a quick video of how we might teach hand washing to an individual with autism or related ability. Notice here in this video how it's focused on the hands. The important part here is washing your hands. So with individuals, we want to make sure that they are focused on the important aspect of this task, and that's therefore what we are modeling in this clip. Also, with ABA interventions, we are looking at facilitating play and interaction, making social interactions desirable and fun. Children learn the most through play. So if they don't have play skills in their repertoire, we want to teach it, and we want to teach it early on. A really skilled instructor will know how to get in, facilitate the play, or get the children, engaged and going, and then be able to back out and make sure that that play can maintain at least semi-successfully or at an age-appropriate level. We're going to watch quickly here a video of how an ABA therapist may use play to get language elaborations and to work on the naming of body parts.
My friend, Mr. Potato Head. That's his arm! Oh no! Here's his other arm. Uh-oh, that dinosaur. I wonder if he's gonna eat the eyeballs. Where are the eyes? Where are the eyes? Yeah, he's eating the eyes. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Chomp, 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 chomp. Can you help me build my friend, Mr. Potato Head? Let's see. Hold on. I gotta put his legs on. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put a dinosaur put his eye on. Okay, the dinosaur can put his eyes on. Can he get up there? Yeah. Oh, okay, good. And put him in here.
In this video, you see a child who is highly focused, who's been responsive to interactions such as these, who has language that is pretty strong, and we're working on inventive and creative play. Making sure with ABA interventions that you capitalize on and use motivation in your teaching. Here, an individual who really loves this pin toy thing has turned it into a ramp for their cars and allowed us to have a discussion on geometry and isosceles triangles. So again, start where the individual is. What is motivating? What will captivate their attention? And how can we best then use that to teach them? Visual schedules can be really helpful. These can be written, these can be done with images or pictures, but you want to make sure that this isn't something that's just in your go-to bag. This is why having oversight by an individual who has specialized training in applied behavior analysis is crucial to a team. You want to make sure that you're not allowing a child or a learner to become too rigid by expecting things always to be in a certain order or by letters being written in a certain way. So we want to make sure that we're varying those materials. Using multiple exemplars is what that's referred to in the field of behavior analysis. Looking at prompts and making sure that prompts that are provided can be more based on materials than the instructor or the adult. Making sure we fade ourselves out and that we really try to get the control of the natural environment to be what is leading the learner to engage in the desired behavior, which here in this case is doing math computations for word problems. Also, a quick short video of what prompts could look like, how we could fade out those prompts, and quickly provide some positive praise, which may function as a reinforcer for a learner who's completed correctly this discrete request.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 40, 45, 50, 55 o'clock. Nice job! That was great!
But don't just take my word for it. Let's listen to what others have said and what the research says about applied behavior analysis. Among the many methods available for treatment and education of people with autism, applied behavior analysis has become widely accepted as an effective treatment. The National Institute for Health stated, 40 years of single-subject design research testifies to the efficacy of time-limited, focused, applied behavior analysis methods in reducing or eliminating specific problem behaviors and in teaching new skills to children and adults with autism or other developmental disorders, as noted by the National Academy of Sciences. The effectiveness of ABA-based interventions in autism spectrum disorders has been well documented through 5 decades of research by using single-subject methodology and in controlled studies of comprehensive, early intensive behavioral intervention programs in university and community settings, the American Academy of Pediatric reports. It is recommended that principles of applied behavior analysis and behavior intervention strategies be included as an important element of any intervention program for children with autism or related disorders, the New York State Department of Health cited. The U.S. Center for Disease Control states that a notable treatment approach for people with an autism spectrum disorder is called ABA. ABA has become widely accepted among healthcare professionals and used in many schools and treatment clinics. ABA encourages desired behaviors and discourages undesired behaviors in order to improve a variety of skills. The child's progress is tracked and measured. Applied behavior analysis has over 50 years of research and thousands of documented studies demonstrating the efficacy of its approaches for individuals with autism, with individuals with other disabilities, individuals without disabilities, for organizations, and beyond. More importantly, it is really essential that it's recognized that credentialed, licensed, specialized providers are needed, just as a speech and language pathologist is needed for speech services, or a licensed occupational therapist would be required for OT services. Really no different in that sense. Thanks for hanging with me while we just reviewed applied behavior analysis, what it is or what it could be, at least to some. Hopefully it was helpful for you to get this quick glimpse into the applications of the science.